Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning into today's video. If you're new here, my name is Ariel and I'm so happy to have you for your very first video. And if you're not new, welcome back. Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you like this video, okay? So today's video is actually going to be something that I'm trying for the new year. I want to really tap into indigenous and traditional hair methods that come straight from Africa. And so I really want to tap into those natural hair growth and natural hair maintenance regimens that they used in Africa when, you know, hair products weren't even a thing. So I am tapping into the Ethiopian tradition, hair growth butter. Some people call it ghee butter. Some people just call it Ethiopian hair butter. Some people call it, I've even seen the word Kieb, like K-I-E-B, but I've even seen K-I-E-V. So if you're Ethiopian, definitely please drop it in the comments. Educate us. Let us know let us know if we should just call it Ethiopian hair butter or should we call it ghee. Is ghee different? Because I know ghee is used for food. When I was researching, I first saw that there was something called ghee butter, but then as I did further research, people said that ghee is, a lot of Ethiopian people said that ghee is used for cooking, and there's a different type of hair butter that's used for hair. So some people use ghee in their hair, but it's mostly used for cooking. And also the ghee that's store-bought, you know, it leaves a bad, not bad, but like a strong smell. I don't know what the smell is because I made mine from scratch. But that's the reason why I made mine from scratch, was because there was so many different things I was seeing and I thought, okay, I might as well just make it from scratch. I don't want to buy the store-bought one that's for cooking food. I want to actually make it and actually do the indigenous practice of making it myself, making it in my kitchen. And so that is what I did, okay? So while I was researching, I was looking at how the butter is actually used. You would think it would be used as a deep conditioner or a leave-in, but it's actually supposed to be before you even wash your hair or even add water to your hair. So literally, while your hair is in its dry state, and you haven't touched it yet, this is when you're supposed to apply your Ethiopian hair butter. And then you go in the shower and shampoo and condition and do your hair routine, okay? So yeah, my hair has been in twist for a while now. It's all like frizzy and dry, and I want to wear my curls out and rock my curls out. I'll be sure to tag all of my sources for where I got this information from and whose videos I watched in the description. So we are going to see how this Ethiopian hair butter treatment works. It's supposed to be used for growth purposes and as a pre-poo, so that's what we're going to be focusing on, okay? So I'm really excited. I've wanted to do this video for a long time now, and I'm finally getting around to it. So yeah, let's get into making our butter.
To make this butter, all you need is heavy whipping cream, water, and a blender. Alright, so I did use the half size of heavy whipping cream because the store was sold out of the full size. So if you do have more hair than me, I highly recommend getting the bigger heavy whipping cream. If you have less hair than me, then the smaller size will work just fine, but I almost did not have enough butter for my hair using this half size. So I poured the entire carton of heavy whipping cream in the blender, and then I added about half a cup of water. So my blender, of course, has different settings. You can blend on low power or high power. I started out low, but then I realized this isn't churning it enough for me, so I quickly switched over to high power. I blended it for about 2 minutes, and then I wanted to check on the consistency. It still looked too milky, like too watery and not buttery enough. So then I proceeded to blend it on high for like an additional 4 minutes. So after the 4 minutes, the consistency started to look like the videos I had been watching, and that's how I knew that it was time to strain the water off and get our butter. Alright, so for me, this definitely was the trickiest part. You guys can see that the butter just kind of like plopped into the strainer. When I lift the strainer, you can see the butter and the water separate, and the butter has this really creamy consistency. So when I was watching examples of how to make this butter, after they blended it, they ran it under water to help you get off even more water, if that makes sense. So you run it through water to help you sort of mold the butter and really flush out any excess water that may be lingering on top of the butter in the butter. This step is very important, and I made the mistake of not having a strainer with smaller holes. I used a strainer that's used for like salads or pasta, and I needed a smaller like aluminum or like metal strainer with even tinier holes, because I ended up losing a lot of butter. You guys can see the butter is dropping back into the basin, sliding through the strainer holes into the basin, and it's because I did not use the proper strainer. It was my first time, so I'm giving myself grace, but you guys can see that I had to scoop out some of the butter that had fell into the basin and put it back into my strainer. Alright, so in this clip, I was trying to get a feel for the consistency of the butter, and it felt like if I touched it for too long, it was going to melt. So that's why I'm like sort of like touching it, but sort of like not, because it's sliding and slipping out of my hands. Alright, so once I was done with the sink, I kind of just admired my butter for a second because I couldn't believe that I actually, did it. So I did use my butter the same day. After I put it in the Ziploc bag, I put it in my fridge for about 30 minutes. If you don't plan on using it that same day, you can put it in the freezer and save it for wash day. So to the right of the screen, you guys can see my strainer, and you can see how when I'm scooping it out, the butter is also like poking through the strainer holes, and this is exactly how I lost butter. So I would have had more from the half-gallon size, but I think I lost a lot during this wash process. So just be mindful when you are making this. Use a small strainer. Into the fridge it goes.
Alright, so now that the butter is done, how I'm going to apply it, since my hair is in twists and you are supposed to use this as a pre-poo, right? I'm going to just untwist a row and then apply my Ethiopian butter. That way I get it on every little piece and section of my hair. I really want this treatment to absorb into my hair. So I'm going to get every last strand and just untwist as I go and apply my butter, okay? Alright, so you guys can see I did have it in the fridge for a little bit just so that it could harden up. You guys can see how I can just hold it like a ball almost. So this butter has no scent and no smell. I'm not sure how that compares to ghee butter, but yeah, I smell nothing. It just smells like fresh butter. It smells like water. And it's just gliding right onto my hair. My hair feels so hydrated and soft. Oh my, wow. Hold up now. Oh, might have just found something. So when I was watching the videos of people applying it, they made sure to get it at the roots. Like, they made sure to like slab it on the roots and make sure you get your hair follicles or to your hair pores, the pores on your scalp, all the way to the bottom. Alright, so I applied the butter to all of my hair, and they said that once you're done, even go back and just make sure that you got all of the roots. Make sure you really work it through your curls, work it onto your scalp, and make sure that you thoroughly applied it. So once you're done, you're supposed to keep it on for 6 hours or as long as possible. So if you wake up at 9 and do your hair, leave it on all day until nighttime and rinse it out. Or if you don't want to do it for that long and you don't have that much time, they said 6 hours or just as long as possible, okay? So I'm going to leave this on. I did use the entire bag. So I did use the half gallon of whipping cream. So if you do have more hair than me, I definitely recommend getting the full size, or whatever size I had. I recommend getting the bigger size if you do have more hair than me, because I used the whole bag. But I also wasted some in my creation process, like you guys saw. So yeah, my hair feels super soft, super moisturized. It feels like buttery, like that oily like texture on your fingers when you touch something like buttery. Feels like, oh, I don't know, it feels very luscious, and it feels very soft, and it's like, almost feels like, you know, I'm deep conditioning, but it's a pre-poo and it's butter. So yeah guys, I'm going to just let it sit. I'm gonna do some other work, chill out around the house, and then once it's time to rinse, I will be back. Alright guys, so I have had this in my hair for 3 hours. It's actually getting dark outside, so I don't want to like go to bed with super wet hair. This is why you have to do this early in the day. But yeah, I did manage to get 3 hours, and oh my gosh y'all, my hair feels so like soft and rich, and like it feels like velvet. Like my hair literally feels like velvet. So yeah, it absorbed. I can only imagine what 3 more hours would have done. But I'm gonna go ahead and rinse so I can shampoo. I still have to shampoo, condition. So definitely take all this into account when you do this hair treatment, that you have a lot to do afterwards. This is just the beginning. So you have to do the mixing, creating it, put it in the fridge for a little bit. So I put it in the fridge for what, maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Wasn't too long. But yeah. Leave it in your hair for 6 hours and then do your shampoo and condition and styling after, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and rinse, shampoo, condition, and then I will show you guys what my hair is looking like. Okay guys, so this is immediately after a shampoo. You can see my curls are really defined, really juicy looking. My hair still feels so soft, even after using the shampoo. Oh yes, look at that. So pretty, and that was just 3 hours. So can you imagine if I did like a whole day? Alright, so now I'm going to condition and detangle. Alright, so I have conditioned and detangled, and you guys, my hair just feels, even after one treatment, my hair just feels so much stronger. Like, I don't know, like it might have had like some restorative or reparative type of effects on my hair, but my hair does feel stronger. Usually sometimes my ends will feel really brittle. Ooh, my hair growing. But yeah, sometimes my ends will feel really brittle or like they're about to just snap off after a wash, like when I have zero product in my hair. And I don't feel that, you know? My hair just feels really soft and it feels nice and plush. I have definition, like it just looks so healthy. Like it looks genuinely healthier than it did before. So, Ethiopian hair butter, y'all. Y'all better tap in, okay? I'm definitely going to be doing this. I'm definitely going to be doing this again next week. I'm going to like keep on trying it to see the effects because it does have hair growth properties, and it's like this treatment that makes their hair grow. Like if you guys look it up, you'll see that it's this treatment that makes their hair grow like super, super long, and it's almost like just their traditional like almost like clay mask, but it's obviously not clay, it's the hair butter. So yeah, I'm loving it.